अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
वालेकुम सलाम।
तो लास्ट वीडियो आपने अपलोड ही नहीं किया अभी तक।
हाँ, मैं करूँगा अभी हमको।
ओके, थैंक्स सर।
So, is my voice audible to everybody?
यस सर।
So let us begin this class. So we shall be discussing a very important type of ideals, and these are actually the radicals, the nil radical and Jacobson radical of ideals, which are ultimately related to prime and maximal ideals, respectively. So we will be discussing nil and Jacobson radicals. So today I will discuss nil radicals. So nil uh, radical and Jacobson radical of a ring. Of a ring. So two types of radicals are considered here. First, I will discuss nil radical. So these are important types of ideals. So these are important types of ideals such that the quotient rings are closely related to integral domains and fields respectively.
सर कुछ
Closely,
लोग वेटिंग रूम में हैं।
उनको बोलो जल्दी ज्वाइन किया करें। सो इससे डिस्टर्ब होता है ना, बार बार मुझे वहाँ से स्क्रीन ऑन शेयर करना, फिर उनको एडमिट करना। So such that the quotient rings are closely related to integral domains and fields respectively. Okay, so consider first the a nil radical. So before defining the nil radical, I will first prove a theorem which will actually give a characterization of this nil radical. Okay, so we have a theorem. So let A be a ring. Let A be a ring and put n equal to the set of all nilpotent elements. Put n equal to x in A such that x is nilpotent. X is nilpotent. So n is the set of all nilpotent elements of A. Then we prove that n is an ideal in A. Our claim is that then n is an ideal in A, and moreover the quotient ring A by n has no non-zero nilpotent elements. Has no non-zero nilpotent elements. Okay, so this is our claim. So let A be a ring and n is the set of all nilpotent elements of A. We prove that n is an ideal in A, and the quotient ring A mod n has no non-zero nilpotent elements. So proof. So to show that it is an ideal, we must show that it is an additive subgroup and closed with respect to taking the multiplication by elements of A. So proof. So let x and y be any two members of n and A be any member of A. Then, so being members of n, they are nilpotents. X and y, they are nilpotents. So x raised to power m is 0 and y raised to power n is 0 for some positive integers m and n. For some m and n belonging to set of positive integers. Now clearly, if you take ax raised to power m, which is a raised to power m x raised to power m, which is a raised to power m 0, okay, which is 0. So this means what? It is closed with respect to taking the multiplication by elements of A. So this means this AX belongs to N. Also, if I take minus x raised to power m, it is minus x raised to power m, and which is also 0. So this means minus times x also belongs to n. Now finally I have to show that x plus y, they also belong to n, so that it becomes an ideal. So there must exist some integer, okay? So there must exist some positive integer k, such that if I raise the power x plus y by k, it must be 0. अगर ये आपके पास होगा, so then it would imply that x plus y is also nilpotent. So let us take, so take k equal to this m plus n minus 1. It's a positive integer, and take x plus y raised to power. So this is actually the minimum integer, the least positive integer. You can just check it. So if you take x plus y raised to power m plus n minus 1, you can expand it binomially because the ring is commutative, so you can just apply the binomial expansion here. So you can just write it summation I running from 0 to m plus n minus 1, m plus n minus 1 ci x raised to power I y raised to power m plus n minus 1 minus I. So this is by binomial expansion, where these are the binomial quotients, these m plus n minus 1 ci denotes the usual binomial coefficients, denotes the usual binomial coefficients, and we interpret integer multiples as in the usual sense, and we interpret the integer multiples in the usual sense. अगर आपका रिंग नॉन कम्यूटेटिव है भाई, सो देन यू कैन नॉट एक्सपेंड इट बाइनामियली, तब आप बाइनामियल एक्सपेंशन नहीं अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, इस तरह से आप नहीं लिख सकते. ओके, जैसे आपके पास इवन 2 के लिए भी नहीं कर सकते. जैसे आप हमारे पास, हमें बचपन से ये फार्मूला हमें मशहूर है ना, हमें याद है, ए प्लस बी होल स्क्वायर, ए प्लस बी होल स्क्वायर इज ए स्क्वायर प्लस 2ab प्लस बी स्क्वायर. लेकिन अगर अगर यही फार्मूला आप नॉन कम्यूटेटिव रिंग में देखेंगे तो नहीं हो जाएगा, क्योंकि ए प्लस बी होल स्क्वायर का मतलब है ए स्क्वायर प्लस ए बी प्लस बी ए प्लस बी स्क्वायर. तो अगर आपका रिंग नॉन कम्यूटेटिव है, सो ए प्लस बी, दिस ए बी इज नॉट इक्वल टू बी ए in general, so you cannot write it in this fashion. Okay, so binomial expansion आप तभी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं अगर आपका रिंग कम्यूटेटिव है, so you must remember this. So now what we get here that x plus y raised to power, so this is your expression actually, ये आपका expression है, और ये expression 0 है in any case this is 0. Why? You can just see it. So if I is greater than or equal to m, if I is greater than or equal to m, then x raised to power I तो 0 होगा. जब x raised to power I 0 होगा तो इसका मतलब है आपकी ये एक्सप्रेशन सारी 0 हो जाएगी, ये एक्सप्रेशन 0 हो जाएगी, because all the elements, all the components here in this summation, they would be directly multiples of x. Okay, so this is 0. On the other hand, if I is less than m, so if I is less than m, then this m plus n minus 1 minus I, you can write it as n plus this m minus I minus 1. Okay, Now since this is a positive integer, so it could be 0 at least, or in any case, so it is actually non-negative integer, this one. So this is greater than or equal to n. Okay, so this would imply that y raised to power n is 0. Y raised to power n is 0. Oh, sorry, not y raised to power n, but y raised to power n, y raised to power n plus m minus I minus 1. So this you can just write y raised to power m plus n minus 1 minus I. This is equal to 0. तो यहाँ पे आपका ये एक्सप्रेशन 0 हो रहा है in any case. This expression is 0. So this means you have, this means you have x plus y raised to power m plus n minus 1 is 0. Okay, so this means x plus y belongs to n. So this means n is an ideal, hence n is an ideal. So the set of all nilpotent elements in a ring is an ideal. Now the second part, we have to show that a by n, the quotient ring, has no non-zero nilpotent elements. So let n plus a be any nilpotent element, any nilpotent element in the quotient ring a by n. So then it means that n plus a raised to power k is n for some positive integer k, for some k, a positive integer. So this would actually imply that n plus a raised to power k is n. So this would imply then that a raised to power k belongs to n. So this means a raised to power k is a nilpotent element. So thus a raised to power k raised to power l would be 0 for some positive integer l. Okay, so this means what? A raised to power kl is 0. Now k is a positive integer, l is a positive integer, and so therefore the product is a positive integer. This product is a positive integer. So as this kl belong to z plus, so this implies that a is also nilpotent. So a belongs to n. Once a belongs to n, it implies that n plus a is n. So any nilpotent element in the quotient ring a by n is n, which is the zero of this quotient ring a by n. So this implies that a by n has no non-zero nilpotent elements. So thus I can say that all non-zero elements of a by n are not nilpotent. Thus all non-zero elements of a by n are not nilpotent. They are not nilpotent. And the theorem is proved. Okay. So we have seen that this n is an ideal. ये जो ideal हमने n लिया अभी, set of all nilpotent elements, इसी को हम कहते हैं nil radical. So the ideal n, which is the set of all nilpotent elements of A, is called the nil radical of A. Is called the nil radical. The nil radical of A. It is called as the nil radical of A, and it is denoted by n of A. N of A means the nil radical of A, the set of all. So with this notation, the last part of the previous theorem says that, so thus the last part of previous theorem says that the nil radical of A by nil radical, okay, the nil radical of A by nil radical is the nil radical itself, which is actually the 0 of A by n. So अगर आप इसको लैंग्वेज में एक्सप्रेस करेंगे, द निल रेडिकल, दैट इज द निल रेडिकल of what is left after factoring by a nil radical. What is left after factoring by a nil radical is the nil radical itself. Is the nil radical itself. That is trivial. Trivial in the quotient ring. Trivial in the quotient ring A by n. Okay. So is it clear to everybody? Yes, any questions? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
तो ये क्लियर है सबको, है?
equal to m,
है?
then x is equal to 0.
है? Please speak loudly.
यहाँ पे confusion है. If I greater or equal to m, then xi is equal to 0.
हाँ, तो ये 0 होगा ना? क्यों नहीं होगा? ये आपका सम, ये जो समेशन है यहाँ xi, अगर x raised to power m 0 है और i ग्रेटर देन m है, तो x raised to power i नहीं होगा 0, होगा ना? i ग्रेटर देन m है तो i होगा कुछ k प्लस m, ठीक है ना? तो x raised to power i क्या हो जाएगा? x raised to power m raised to power k, तो 0 हो जाएगा ना?
नहीं होगा ना वो m into
है?
सर ये होगा ना सर x raised to power m into k.
हाँ x raised to power m into x raised to power k है ना?
जी सर.
तो ये तो 0 है ना आपके पास, तो ये 0 हो जाएगा. ये नहीं होगा ऑफ कोर्स, ये तो नहीं, मैंने गलत लिख दिया ये, लेकिन ये होगा x raised to power m into x raised to power k. तो जब x raised to power m 0 है तो तो ये 0 हो जाएगा फिर, है? Is it clear? Anybody else? So we have an alternate description for nil radicals. अभी तो पहली description हमने देखी कि it is the set of all nilpotent elements, है ना? तो हमारी फर्स्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन क्या है नील रेडिकल के लिए? ये n जो है वो आइडियल है A का, एंड it is the set of all nilpotent elements of A. Now इसकी सेकंड डिस्क्रिप्शन है अल्टरनेट डिस्क्रिप्शन. सो वो क्या है? अल्टरनेट डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ नील रेडिकल है. वो है इस थ्योरम, द नेक्स्ट थ्योरम, which says that the nil radical of a ring is the intersection of all the prime ideals of the ring. Okay, so theorem which says that the nil radical of a ring is the intersection of all the prime ideals of the ring. So the nil radical of a ring is the intersection of all prime ideals of the ring. Is the intersection of all the prime ideals of the ring. Okay, so if we have the first description, then we can get this alternate description as well. So let us see the proof of this theorem. So so proof. So let n denote the nil radical. Let n denote the nil radical and n dash denote the intersection of all the prime ideals, and n dash denote the intersection of all the prime ideals. So we have to show that n is same as n dash. So we have to show that n is same as n dash. Okay. Now consider a prime ideal P of A. Consider a prime ideal P of A, and let X be any element of n, means X is the nilpotent element, and X be any element of n. So X is any element of n, means X is the nilpotent element of the ring. So then X into X raised to power k minus 1, which is X raised to power k, that is going to be 0, and it belongs to P, because P is an ideal for some positive integer k, for some k in Z plus. Now so since P is prime, either X is 0 or X raised to power k is 0. Okay, so since P is prime, P is prime, so either X is 0 or x raised to power k is 0. Sorry, x raised to power, just 1 minute. So sorry for the interruption. So either x is 0 or x raised to power k minus 1 is 0. Okay, x raised to power k minus 1 is 0. So if x is 0, if x is 0, then x belongs to P, and so therefore n is contained in P. So n is contained in P. ठीक है? But this thing also implies that x is 0. However, अगर तो x 0 है तो x p में होगा, या तो फिर x रेज टू पावर k माइनस 1 0 होगा. ओके, लेकिन what I say is that, however, x raised to power k minus 1 equal to 0 also implies that x is 0. How? It is just a simple induction, क्योंकि आप x raised to power k minus 1 को भी आप ऐसे लिख सकते हो, x into x raised to power k minus 2. Again apply the similar argument. By similar argument, x is 0 or x raised to power k minus 2 is 0. Now continuing in this fashion, we get that x is 0. So continuing in this fashion, we get that x is 0. So this means x belongs to P. Now P तो आपने कोई भी arbitrary ideal choose किया था, है ना? So since P is an arbitrary prime ideal, so this means x belongs to all the prime ideals. So this means x belongs to all the prime ideals of A. So therefore x belongs to the intersection of all the prime ideals of A. So this means what? X belongs to intersection of P, okay, where P ideal in A is prime. So this means what? This means that x belongs to n dash. So thus n is a subset of n dash. N is a subset of n dash. तो एक तरफ से हमने इसको containment दिखा दिया. So the set of all nilpotent elements is contained in the intersection of all the prime ideals. Or you can say that the nil radical is contained in the intersection of all the prime ideals. Now conversely, yes, any question? Now conversely, suppose x belongs to A minus n, means x is not nilpotent. So x is not, x हमने ऐसा एलिमेंट ले रहे हैं जो कि nilpotent नहीं है. So what do I do here? I put sigma as the collection of ideals. Sigma I ideal in A such that x raised to power k does not belong to I for all पॉजिटिव इंटीजर्स के। ठीक है, मैंने एक नीलपोटेंट एलिमेंट चूज किया यहाँ से। अब मुझे एक्चुअली एक ऐसा एलिमेंट चूज किया जो कि नीलपोटेंट नहीं है, और मैं एक ऐसी कलेक्शन ऑफ आइडियल ले रहा हूँ सिग्मा जिनके लिए x की कोई भी पावर उन आइडियल्स में बिलोंग नहीं करती है। x raised to power k does not belong to I for all positive integers k. Now, any collection of ideals is a poset with respect to inclusion. So clearly, this sigma is a poset with respect to the relation containment. This is a poset. Okay. And certainly this collection is non-empty. Certainly sigma is a non-empty collection, since zero ideal belongs to sigma. जीरो आइडियल जो है वो सिग्मा का मेंबर है। क्यों? क्योंकि x जो है वो नीलपोटेंट नहीं है, तो x रेज टू पावर k कभी भी जीरो नहीं हो सकता फॉर ऑल। सो दिस इज बिकॉज x रेज टू पावर k is not equal to 0 for all k belonging to z plus. That is, x raised to power k does not belong to this ideal 0 for all k. So this collection is non-empty. Now you just apply the Zon's lemma जैसे हमने पीछे वाले केस में किया था ना, एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ मैक्सिमल आइडियल्स में। आप कोई भी चेन ले लेंगे, फिर आप यूनियन ले लेंगे उस मेंबर्स ऑफ द चेन, तो वो चेन जो है वो बाउंडेड अबो होगी, तो उसका मैक्सिमल एलिमेंट एग्जिस्ट करेगा। सो दिस इज जस्ट ए स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड just argument. You can write it, so I will not write it now. It is easy to verify that Zon's lemma applies, guaranteeing the existence of maximal element P of sigma. Guaranteeing the maximal element, guaranteeing the existence of हाँ, ये म्यूट कर दो भाई, आप कहीं से आवाज आ रही है। guaranteeing the existence of a maximal element P of sigma. तो ये आप लिख लेंगे, है ना। तो सिग्मा में आपको एक मैक्सिमल एलिमेंट मिल जाएगा। मैक्सिमल एलिमेंट्स, वी नो दैट मैक्सिमल एलिमेंट्स आर एक्चुअली मैक्सिमल आइडियल्स। P is a maximal ideal. Okay, so this means this would imply that P ideal in A, which is maximal, और इस आइडियल की क्या प्रॉपर्टी है, क्योंकि ये सिग्मा का मेंबर है ना, तो सिग्मा के मेंबर्स किस टाइप के हैं, वो आइडियल जिनमें एक्स की कोई भी पावर लाई नहीं करती है। तो यू हैव दिस, सो पी आइडियल इन ए विच इज मैक्सिमल सच दैट x raised to power k, it does not belong